Hello, guys. How are you? Thank you for being here. Tonight, we talk about the new prediction possible about this global war because you sent me a bunch of questions, and we are going to use that as material for my reading as well. Do check out the short version of my readings that I already had prepared. The short versions, like 60 seconds on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, as well here on YouTube, short version of prediction that I have already done like last night, the night before, so you can already check it and make a comment in this live stream about this. It's about involvement of Sweden, Finland, and Greece for a start. We are going deeper now as well, because this week there is a literally breaking steam. It's not still a news, it's about to burst out. Is it Sweden and Finland? Are they going to be a part of the NATO? Are they going to say yes to marriage with this beast? And here it is. I mean, they're resistant, like anybody should be resistant, not to be in any kind of alliance. We should be all against the war, right? And if somebody is paying the weapon to promote the war somewhere in the East Europe, we're not going to say would name the countries. Of course, is promoting the war in Sweden and Finland. And as well, I do believe Poland is a tricky situation as well. Greece and Serbia, and I do believe Bosnia as well, are still undecided about saying yes to this um, uh, witch hunt on one east country with the starting with the letter R, right? We are going to talk about this. I'm going to, when I start to steam up and channel, definitely I'm going to use all the words for all the countries. As well, of course, guys, I hope this won't be blocked because it's while there is no democracy here and this blockage and censorship of the priorities and people who are promoting peace and love and people who are against the war, it start to be so critically open. They're not even ashamed to block the people who are talking against the war. So yes, be aware of this. So if we are starting to talk about something with the start letter and spelling a little bit twisted, it's just because of the YouTube censorship. So guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe as well. Let me check. I'm going just to share with you 1 second on the Twitter this live stream. Welcome your questions as well. It's still on Tarot reading during the live stream is still on sale, but be patient. Follow the PayPal instructions, subscribe, hit the like and alarm bell, and then write your question after following the instructions. If you want, it will be, of course, during the daytime. If there is no emergency, we are going to answer uh, during the live stream. If not, wait in the next one. We have two live streams per day, so be patient. You will get answer in one of them. As well, per day, we have a giveaway. In one of the live streams, we have a full minute chat reading. So stay with us. Um, 1 second, let me tweet. I'm trying to tweet for a second. Let me hashtag here. And I'm going to hash a prediction for 2022 as well. This is our theme for tonight. And as well, the World War III. Here it is. Hmm, did I do this? What did I do? I hope I is there one second. Let me check. Yes, correct. So on start, guys. On start in intro, we have. Let me put the time frame for you. It's very nice. I'm going to read for you few news about this team, different geographical located mediums in Europe that are talking about the World War III. So there is a German psychic that predicted the World War III. The news from March 3rd, 2022. Alois Erl- Erlmeyer was originally a well builder, but in the course of his life, he became famous in Germany with his prophecy about the World War III. The statement of Alois, Bavarian guy, Bavaria is a province in Germany, uh, now are somehow confirmed as well with the Nostradamus predictions. Yes, there is a parallel with the Nostradamus prediction and the Bavarian psychic Alois. And the dire forecast of Baba Vanga, that is from the Balkan hills, from South Europe, from eventually from my areas, do not appear to be merely empty words. Whatever till now they were talking, and Baba Vanga from the ex-Yugoslavia, and uh, Nostradamus, and now this fresh new Bavarian psychic alloys, it's happening. So, what alloys the German guy is giving us infos? The difficult times are ahead in front of us. Already between 47 and 57, the Bavarian is said to have been talking about the World War III. One second, guys. Let me take off the glasses for computer, just for computer protection. In which both nuclear and chemical weapons were used. Uh, so, do we hear it? Is that your first question? Will there be a nuclear and chemical weapon used in World War III? And your question was one of the questions was, are we already the victim of the chemical biological war by the COVID crisis? Is it the COVID crisis the part of the world war that we were not aware? And I am going to start from that question. So, are we already the victim of the World War III biological and chemical war with a COVID crisis? Let's start from that. Yes, the secret is revealed. You see, guys, that somebody is trying to hide the secret. In this position, everybody knows, right? These are the mediums as well. For some of you, this is there is a peak of information. Do you see? Somebody is having there over the internet. It's a burst of the information. Whoever wanted to hide things, this as well, just I must say that the people who are revealing the truth somehow they're marked over the public like they are false, but eventually people are all with them all last 3 years of the COVID crisis. As well, guys, as me being in a PhD in social studies, we have we were taught on as a students of all these social studies, starting from history to political studies, anthropology and culture, in theology. We were taught as well that as well We are all victims of media, and eventually, in this, eventually, I mean, it's proved that we are a part of the global world war in a small collision in the many small wars, starting from the wave. Just imagine Syria, a lot of different points on the world were escalating the situation with the war, even if they are not officially the two alliances. Who is the right one? Who is the enemy, right? East or the West, or East and the West. Even they were not officially two alliances in showing up, but eventually we know both before in Afghanistan and later in Syria that there were always collision of the East and the West, and there was always interference and provoking from we know which side, interference far away from literally two blocks, two continents away, with the global politics and interference politics. Oh, we know uh, as well exactly from which president it started to be this politics of interference and going and doing the business of other interference with other countries and sending them the weapons and provoking the war with literally faking the medias and faking at this period was not existing the internet, right, but we were the victim of the literally proof what happened there are the journalists at that period. They would typed on the typing machine, record it, and in the morning after it would be in the news. Shocking news. What happened? Suddenly, the bombing that happened literally unpre-planned. And on the start of the World War II, of course, there was a sneaky energy in with um, no warning, no proclamation of the war. There would be the sneaky energy of the Nazis that they were doing, and there is still here the note what's happening now in East Europe with no preparation and the fake informations. It's coming the different medias from Ukraine and from the Russia side, and we are literally undecided what is happening. Here we have, as you see, whoever thinks he knows, it's coming reversed. Like we don't know what is the truth because the media are serving us here the fake infos. But the fake infos will be revealed. Do you see here somebody coming to cut off all these fake medias? Hmm. As well, there will be people who are already sneaky and talking, who were the part of this team of this media. Is there is still there is like a rat inside of this team, whoever was there, and people are talking what is real, what is fake. Even if somebody's pushing the the story as well, there is unseriosity with this card as well. Whatever is promoting on the media, because who is here to jongle between the truth and the truth and the lie? You cannot. Or you're following the devil, or you're on the right side. You cannot be on the both sides, and that is this in curiosity. If you are supporting the Nazis, the neo Nazis, and then you have a recorded video of torturing people with your Ukraine, not just uniform, with the Ukraine accent, and people who are there who are already the famous, the official last 8 years being official generals like before paramilitary formation, but now like the last 8 years with this young country like just emerged last 8 years, literally who is that person, who is official, the general who is famous for torturing, who is here insane, is this really happening, is it a devil energy or is it a Slava? No, it's not Slava. Slava, it's a very nice word. So, well, let's not insult these words. Let's not use the nice words because Slava is something I'm just going to translate, guys. People are just repeating nonsense after this comedian thinking over like, it's so cool to repeat this word, but you don't know the meaning of this word. It's something to honor, like you wouldn't joke, you wouldn't use this, you wouldn't like some famous American comedian to be shown in a West Point, in a military academy, where I'm guessing there are serious people of the moral values and not the politicians. that they are literally selling everything out in every country, right? And I wouldn't play with these words because definitely I can just see this with my eyes of being empathic and medium. I can just see that there is no chance to be on the both sides, and the truth is not gray because with this jongling, it's not possible that you can hide who is a jongler, who is not serious over the media. The media leakage is coming. Like they put that famous photography of the lab, what is his family name? Pardon, Reuters photographer who done this in this, what is the name, Bucha, with the city where was now this so-called genocide, arranged genocide. Definitely people are killed, but who done this? Definitely, for sure, paramilitary formation that arrived there. All these people, the tourists, serial killers who are entering now because the gates, the borders are open from the west side to everybody can enter Ukraine and play the the cowboy, the bad cowboy, eventually. That's what I think happened in Bucha. And this Gleb Garanich, I do believe it's his family name, was journalist that was faking as well the incident before in another countries. We know which countries as well, because we are part of the Europe as well. We are part of the intellectual society. We are not reading the online things that the mainstream media will give us. And I do believe as well whatever the media serve together with this accordingly with the clan and the comedian president one of the country. I mean everything is immaturity. Do you see Knight of Wand? Then you see a jongler, the person. Wow, playing 1 second. As well, that energy of all of the others as well, the who are pressed this week, guys. Again, people who are pressed this week, the new countries, to make decisions. They're trying to jungle because they don't want to be a part. Yes, of course, they will reject it. What the alliance thinks we're going to do, they are going to reject it as well. This fake information and confusion of the people, five of wands, because people they don't want to be, people want to reject offer to die and to be involved in the war. That's how I feel the energy. So if you ask me again, the first that was the start of question, are we already in the, this was the again prolonged answer for the first intro question, are we already a part of the World War III with this COVID crisis as as we are victim of last 3 years, right? The last 3 years of this biological weapon. Yes, we are, and the medias and the medias are already talking about this. So that's the first one, and let's go deeper. So the German medium. Again, we are returning to that story, guys. Just a peek of. Let's check what he was talking about. I'm going to make a par my confirmation of his answer with my channeling. So we are just here comparing the Alois Bavarian psychic and my impressions. So let's go deeper. So even then, Alois predicted at the period of 50s that there were would first be a lightning attack in Sweden. What is this meaning, first of all? The lightning attack in Sweden and Poland and Finland, after which a subsequent war would break out in Europe, which would bring about 3 days darkness. What does that mean? Is that abusage of the usage of the nuclear chemical weapon that will show up from the Scandinavian sides towards the Russia? What is going to happen? Let's check up that answer. 1 second, guys. And I have in this short reading there about Finland, the decision should they join or not NATO. I have is where at the end of this 60-second short reading, I have talked about this that I see the missile that these Finnish and Swedish people are tricked, pushed, blackmailed to be a part of the NATO. They are going to make this wicked decision. Sweden will avoid it, but Finland has to say yes, unfortunately. But then, as well, somebody is going to use that is not a part. The Sweden and Finland, they won't be aware. Somebody's going to enter this territory, and literally, I think from Finland it will be showed this as well. The breaking code, the missile will be sent, but not by Finnish people, not by Finnish politicians. It will be by somebody else who will be there. This is the sneaky energy of the which alliance. Yes, here it is. Here it is, definitely. Do you see the card King of Wands? First of all, somebody's playing, because here it is, the ships are waiting, in the port, and somebody is trying to play, and you're feeling nervous in nerve-wracking situation, but has to make a decision. Of course, with this decision, Finland is aware that they're immediately going to have on their borders the Russian troops as well, right? If they say yes to alliance. And here it is. Who is going to release the burden? That's the releasing the burden, I do believe, is this what is happening from that side, from the Baltic Sea. Something is coming from the Baltic Sea. That is a sea of this in between Scandinavia and Finland and Russia and Poland. Hmm. Yes, it's manifesting. Here it is. It's manifesting. I think that the battlefield will start there. Here it is. Do you see the missile shuttle? Here it is. The missile is there, passing the sea and coming, literally being released. It's done. It's too late. Yes. And as well, literally, whoever is here, whoever is in a wrecking situation, that is literally the local citizen that they are victim of this first missile. Literally, they're as well. They would like to keep the that bond that they have from the history with the neighbors on the east, literally with the Russia. When I see the Six of Cups, this is for me a card here. Literally, that's what I'm getting all these days. A card of the bond, a long historical bond, like you have a Six of Cups that is a bond from one to another life, right? Of deep soul bond. Here it's in this reading about the politics of the country. They have a deep historical connection. And as well, when I'm getting there, the dominant cards, the most dominant cards, which are these are the representative of NATO. That's what we have here. That they're pushing them and literally talking for the cash and throwing them the guns, but to play, nothing to play on their territory. That's what it is. It's so amoral and brutal because the victims are people where they're sending the guns. That is so hypocritical. Why they don't promote the war in their countries? I don't want war anywhere. I'm off everywhere. I'm hashtagging stop the war and violence everywhere. As well, guys, why they're promoting, why they're sending the gun somewhere else. As well, my dear, I see that somebody is left on the cold. When the war starts, these small countries that they were trying not to interfere with this war situation, Finland, Sweden, Poland is already involved. We know that uh, with opening the borders towards Ukraine, everything is over as we see. With the Ten of Wands and all the world involved, it's starting the World War III. And literally, um, 1 second, uh, whatever is happening in the territory of Scandinavia, Finland, and Sweden, literally, these people will be left there, left to be there, the victim of return, right? Like, if the missile come from that side, of course, they're going to get immediately ricochet, um, uh, return the with bombing from the Russia side. But it's not starting the World War with the Russia side. It's starting from literally from the West side, like I said, and like others said. Look at how many profit uh, psychics they did said. Thank you for the comment. As well, sorry guys, somebody make a comment. Why there are no exact year for the events? There is an indication that this could happen literally 2022. But again, I do have followed the Greek monk, famous psychic Greek monk, and I have followed this Baba Vanga from ex-Yugoslavia, and this was originally from Macedonia, and um, and there is no right timing there. Is it going to be right now? We are going to try to analyze this opening, but as well, when the people have a vision, it's not like it's coming like a TV or a computer screen and you have a date. I mean, it's hilarious. Why do people ask such a dumb question? Like, it's just the info that is coming, the energy that you see in the pictures, like a movie passing, but you don't know who is the author and when was the you know in this case who is the author, the beast and the devil, but you don't know the date. You cannot remember when was this movie. You see the movie passing and you're reading like a picture visualize this. That's what the psychics are having, and literally, but you don't see the dates. One second. As well, guys, this article that I'm trying to give you small quotes from the article. It's called the Gent side. It's UK magazine online. Gent side is the gentleman. I don't know what it represents. www.gentside.com.co.uk. So there are some small twists I don't understand in some of the sentence when I stopped. I didn't understand what is the context of this. It sounds like they translate it automatically from German. Really, it didn't sound British or English. It sounds a little bit like it's auto translated, Google translated from German, and something was false when I stopped while I was reading. So, pardon me, it's not about that I cannot read this. I didn't understand. I saw the misspell there. And so we go back to others. Here it is. One second. Even Beck, Alois, the German psyche, is said to have amazed his fellow human beings with the precious of his prediction. Do you hear what I'm talking about? Do you understand now? This is really hilarious text. It's really terrible. Its grammar is terrible in this text. I don't understand. During the Second World War, for example, he is said to have known where bombs would fall, and it was only due to his vision that he was able to find missing soldiers. This is a great confirmation. Here is more proof. There was a newspaper from 1949 is said to prove his special skills. In Munich, Mercure said at that time, recently the clairvoyant Alois Erlmeyer was invited to celebration in Hammeru, a small town near Freelassing. In the evening, while the group was drinking happily, a retired colonel, whom Irminer had been staring for some time, raised his glass, slightly irritated, and said patronizing, "Well, then, Alois, let's drink to your health too." Alois didn't take his eyes off him and replied, "Do come, Mace. You will never live in a 3 days." I mean, what kind of language is this? You won't be alive after 3 days. I think it should be like that. The company that Erlmeyer knew fell silent at that moment. Only the colonel burst out laughing. "What? Well, I'm still in the prime of life. Don't make any idle jokes." And he kept having a fun. 3 days later, at 5 o'clock p.m., he passed away from a stroke. So Alois, this is, I guess, second confirmation for many, many things that happened at that period, right? A second story for us. His predictions are certainly not reassuring, but they should not be given too much importance either. Oh, now this is a contradictory sentence, right? So, anyway, who is the author of this article? It's interesting, just the name of the article, but it's disaster from the article. So here it is. I don't see. Anu, I'm really going to enlarge this because it's like a turquoise text. I want to see who's the author of this terrible written article. Anu Mukherjee. I do believe that this is a person. This was really, yes, this was really a German author. Anu Mukherjee, or Scandinavian could be this family name, guys. And this was just Google translated for this UK magazine. I see something is wrong with all these sentences. So we return back to our questions again. We see how it started, like it's a total charade. Somebody's pushed to be in the contract with the beast, and the beast is NATO, as we see. As well, there is the trap on the bottom. The how will start with the free of one. There is literally a trap. There is the trap there. And this trap, whoever is waiting, is that the Russian side is waiting. Do you see here the lady in a red dress? It's literally, it's it's Russian red. It's called Krasnaya. Krasnaya. What is the name of the color? I'm trying to remember. Yes, it's called totally red, definitely red. So here it is. Um, I do believe that the Russians are waiting. They are literally ready. As well, guys, do be aware that the people in West Europe, they are already preparing for a nuclear war. Like, even it's not American thing. I mean, the Sweden, my friends in Sweden, they are from 2018. I mean, 4 years ago, before COVID, right? They were literally, and that's why again we confirmed the COVID. It was just, it's the COVID crisis was literally a start of the World War. And this, what we are doing now, is just another phase. So tomorrow, when I would teach about this as a professor, that was my first occupation, professor of history, when I'm sure when they're going to teach about this epocha, this period in the history of planet Earth or Europe, literally they're going to start with the story that the first phase in the World War III was COVID crisis provoked, um, arranged with this uh, biomaterial as well, virus. I mean, so on other side, what is the Russia doing? Just think about this. If the Russia is waiting here, watching them, and then what she's doing, what the Russia is doing, entering the 20 bio labs that they were literally in a very big fuss, like literally purchased and bought in the middle of Ukraine, 20 bio labs. This is destroying all the world and Europe. So whoever were the politician in Ukraine who sold out the country and let, like, I mean, no moral politician, first of all, couldn't do this decision without all the citizens of the country, because the citizens would say no to nuclear. We don't need nuclear power. We don't need any nuclear power because we already had Chernobyl some period ago, and we're still suffering from the same, like Japan are having still suffering after so many decades after Hiroshima, right? The same is happening with the Ukrainian people, and I mean mix of all the Soviet people who were there in that region. When was the Chernobyl? I do believe, even if we are in the South Europe, I do believe that we were. I was a little one when I remember my parents returned. They were in Italy, and they said They bought me some teddy bears. I was obsessed with the teddy bears, stuffed teddy bears. I remember my mother kept these teddy bears on the balcony for long periods. Like she was first, she left it there for a long period, like to pass all this polluted thing that was in the air all over the Europe. Imagine the teddy bear in Italy. So what is the effect from the Chernobyl from Ukraine to Italy in 80s when was this event? Just think what is the effect on all the Europe now with the modern, stronger nuclear power and on 20 places? I mean, this is sick. Who led this? And I do believe this. All these people, all these politicians in Ukraine who made this this literally potential bomb. It's a real bomb. It's not potential. They were the one that they should be in a fake hug. They are the one that they should be in a fake hug, literally for the act as against the humanity, against the planet Earth. Will somebody from Ukraine who had this all nuclear labs as a deal will be sold out in future? No, it's missed opportunity. There are too many people involved in this. But the truth is here. And you know the part of the truth? Who is cutting the truth? Who is coming there with intervention? The part of the truth is bringing eventually these invaders. That's what it is because the actions, the nuclear power is already there. They installed from the aliens. Here it is, aliens, the friends from the West, and it's already gone to wind. It's already too late. They put all these 20 installations. It's already gone, and the media were going to confirm. As you see, there is a Queen of Swords. It's the truth, and the media they know the truth. Even if there was a cottage of the media, as you see, it was literally the blockage of this truth, the media, real media, the truth media, not the fake one, was blocked as well. And that's why we are still like a victims of the mainstream media. Do you see somebody here staying in the same position, status quo, believing just what they serve us? Again, guys, 1 second. Your question was, will Sweden, I answer shortly for Greece, Finland. I'm going to do now the Sweden completely, as well Poland, right? And we have Bosnia and Serbia because on the map I see them only being like a neutral, like Switzerland. So we have to clear this neutral territory. Yes, I'm serious. 1 second. As well, let's see how it looks the map because I will put on the cover page this map who is on the side of NATO and who is potentially neutral because this is a theme of tonight. We are talking about the one that are pressed and blackmailed to say yes to the war against Russia. So here it is. Let me see the map. Let's see the map of the alliance. I'm checking on the Google Images, and this will be the cover page. I saw it last night when I was trying to Google because my Googling channeling is just from the images. My tool is, of course, there is a tarot, there is my vision, but as well there is images. I do like to have images in front of myself, so I use usually the Google and I just do the browsing and pick up the energy with a lot of photos. That's my my warming up for the reading. So there is comparison. Okay, there is literally aliens after the World War II, Cold World, etc., etc. And we are talking now about literally about at this moment the the alliance when they're getting involved. I think I literally saved last night because I wanted to put it on the cover for today. Let me see, maybe I can show to you. Let's see on this gallery on the telephone. I think I found it. One sec. Yes, but I used a different one where they're just, yes, where they're just caricatures of Ukraine and Russia together. So 1 second. Let's do again. I want to show you exactly. I need to make a picture and show you what I'm talking about. As well, we are browsing and doing the channeling separately for each of these neutral countries. So here it is. It's very funny because how it looks. There is, guys, there is literally Switzerland. Here it is. Well, there was one map that was already blue and red, and the white were Switzerland. Okay, this is too many colors, but as well I can show you this one. 1 second, I'm going to make the photo of this. So there are Switzerland, Austria, Bosnia, Serbia, Sweden, and Finland. Undecided. 1 second. As well, there is another map. Yes, current military alliance. Here it is. This is the map. So here it is, guys. So you see the Russian territory. As you see, the Russian territory is with red. The blue is the NATO alliance, right? As well, you see the white spots in the middle or in the central area. This is Switzerland and Austria. And then we have Serbia and Bosnia. And I don't know if it's 1 second. Directly Turkey and Greece, they do belong to the alliance, but as well they're literally famous in negotiation with the Russia. As they're part of their nearest borders, right? That's logical. It economically is geographically connected, and everything is interfering. So here it is. I'm going just to open for you enough images. I'm going to use that one that I have on a screen save for you later. It's cool just to see how is the big pressure on these tiny small countries. So we have opening for Finland on the start. Let's see now, what about Sweden? It's popping out in a period of 1 month, 1 week. What's happening? What are we going to expect next week? Wow. Let's see Sweden. What about the Sweden towards alliance? Wow. The Sweden is going to let go. Here it is. 5 of Pentacles. I have addiction with you. Do you see the bottles there? But as well, I'm going to reject you. I'm going to reject you. I'm going to plague you. So I'm out of this war. That's what be the Swedish decision. They don't want to pass as Ukraine, right? As well. Do you see, guys? If this is an alliance marriage, I'm leaving you. Yes. And I'm successfully living here. Yes. I'm enough independent. I can live without you. So definitely the Sweden is not, it's rejecting this marriage. I can say on my own, I'm independent girl Sweden. Yes, that's what it is. Hmm. Yes, that's the first one. So Sweden, should I put it here? Sweden, 44. And let's see the next one, repeating the Finland. What about Finland with NATO decision? Just the media provoking. But eventually, again, do you see? Idea is that they're undecided. That whatever the media provoking, they're provoking the Finland is undecided. But don't forget, guys, that as well that Finland is. It's seen. It will be seen in media like it's a part of Europe, but on other side, here it is. I'm a traitor of this community, and I don't want to have obligation. But will Finland has to be pushed to say yes? Will Finland say yes to alliance to NATO? Even if it's playing strong, undecided, it will be immature. This country has a financial trouble, and that is her immaturity weak point. And here it is. They're aware as well. On one side, here it is. They're aware. They're playing strong because they're trying to jungle. They know that they're aware that they cannot play fake, stupid, brave, and then to have all the country run away from this emperor, I guess Russia, right? What they will do with alliance? It's interesting for me. Why alliance is here like shown always like empress or emperor. They are walking away. Here it is. But I do believe that there will be a second wave of pushing the blackmail. And I do believe because they're walking away, they will be punished because there will be a sneaky, this paramilitary formation that somebody is going to press from the territory of Finland this missile. Don't forget, guys, there was a missile on the start of the war, the second week of the war in Ukraine. There was a missile that came from Ukraine that was confirmed not Russian. The Ukraine missile crossed all over one more country, Hungary, and it was flying there for 1 hour, and nobody from Hungary reported this missile, and then crossed the Hungary and went down to Croatia and literally hit the capital city just in front of capital city, like a warning. It's not a joke. It was having a um, uh, biological uh, weapon that was not activated. Imagine. So they were lucky, right? Was it a warning or a mistake, or was what was that? What was it? I'm going to check that as well. Let's see now Croatia about this missile, that rocket. Was it on a purpose sent from NATO to Croatia? It's like a warning, guys. Do check up that they have to make decision. They cannot be on both sides, like on a crossroad. They have to be. They are under the contract, and they have to confirm that they had to confirm returning to a contract with the West. That was the whole story. This was a pure public humiliation of Croatia and blackmail. It came from Ukraine. It's not Russian, but again, it's from the West Alliance. That's what is happening. Yes. Alliance, whenever I say alliance, guys, I see marriage for once. Yes. Organized, literally. Are you a company of us? Are you in alliance? Interesting. You left us on cold when we had last week decision, first decision about Putin. The Croatia was not having the first decision about Russia. But here it is now. After that missile, they had to say yes, yes, everything to the West. Right. Yes. Whatever they were postponing to support the West and Ukraine, here it is, it's coming. After that, whatever were decisions about. So what about that was, oh my god, we forgot to write. That was Sweden. Then we had, this is Croatia, and then we have Finland. Then we have Croatia. Let me write, I forgot to write. 49. Then we go to Poland. What about Poland? As well, guys, I'm going to put a time frame, but you Google on the map if you don't know geographically, because you're from majority of my YouTube members are from US. So please Google Google all these countries on the map. I'm going as well to put on the cover. I promise this map of the NATO alliance in Europe at the moment, so you can figure out from the white spots undecided there. So next is Poland. Let's see what about Poland. Again, guys, Poland has opened the borders for refugees because this is the first door from the Europe, right? Enter to Europe from the ex-Soviet side, right? Hmm. What about them? Whatever they done in the past time, here it is. Literally, they want to walk away because they know that there will be a new victim. That's what I see. Somebody is ready. Do you see this little cage? Little cage, big cage. It's open the door. Somebody wants to walk away from Alliance. That's how I see it. Yes, they were in the past doing their work. They're going to say, we've done a lot of for all these refugees, but now we want to live. We want you, the next country to us. Which one? The Germany. You take the rest of the Europe. You take the responsibilities. We want to walk away because we will be the next victim. Will Poland be a victim? Will they say yes to a war with Russia? Here it is. I do see literally like somebody escaping, and whoever escaping will be pushed to return as well. Check out second chance and return of the Jedi, return of the warrior. Because definitely there will be like a judgment call. Or you're with us, or we are going to invade you. And then it's coming the World War. Again, it's like I said, it's coming from the Baltic Sea, because as well Poland, and Finland, and Sweden they share that cost. I see it from coming from the Baltic Sea. You see, World War, Baltic Sea. That's what I have here. And in a sneaky way, it's coming. Whatever they come, is it on the boat, Italy, or the boats, either the Alliance boats in the Baltic Sea? Probably yes. And they're ready. We know it will be in a sneaky form. I always see the card after the World War and Devil. I see always 3 or 4 swords, and literally I see this sneakiness with the Devil and 3 swords with no explanation. I'm going to translate. It will be no warning. We declare the war. It won't be civilized way like it was done in the First World War. Let's say it was done in one more of the old capital in Royal Yugoslavia. Let's say we declare war to Austro-Hungary and this and that and no, this time everything is on a lower level. Like we don't have a pencil, we don't have a paper, we don't have computers. We are going to be the worst. It's like last days of the evil. That is the sneaky energy of the devil. And that is the sign. That is the seal of the beast. If you thought the seal of the beast was a COVID vaccine, no. The seal of the beast is now stamped to being a part of destroyer in the war. Mm. The COVID crisis was just a foreplay. So here it is. Yes, as well as you see, somebody wants to be free. If they say somebody want to walk away from the cage obligation with NATO, they don't want to be a victim as well in front of the Russia, the first to be attacked, and they will be liberated. It's interesting. The Poland will somehow sneak out. That's what I see. But as well, believe me, there is going a punishment. Yes, in multiple forms. Yes, from who? Always for aliens, I have the Empress. Imagine. I don't know why I have the Empress as well, guys. It could happen something significant in crisis in May as well. As well, is that going back to the old childhood, historical old um, club? Remember the East Side? Seems so. So, what about the next one? Let's type the name. We have Bosnia as well. Bosnia, 56. Will Bosnia say yes? Will Bosnia say war, declare war to Putin? No, they're walking away. They're already gone. They're, wow, I like this. Wow, they're walking this cage. How the Europe become white modern camp? Look at camp, not for progressive things, because this is a cage. It represents somebody wants to escape this and being a traitor here. Here it is. I'm living this cage. I'm a traitor. I'm aware. I am aware that I owe you some things from the past time, but here it is. Like I'm walking away. I'm cutting this sick addiction, the trivial thing, with why to say war to the Russia when I know that I'm going to be killed from Russia? It's insane. Yes, they already know this. It's already there. Everybody knows this, and I mean that's why they're pushing the medias as well, telling now nonsense, a lot of insults about Bosnia and all the federation because there are three different federations in Bosnia. There is a Muslim area, there is a Croatian, and there is a Serbian. So there are three different provinces. It's cut it like that after the war in Bosnia. And yes, guys, I was volunteer there as well. And I must say that literally, we were building not volunteer war, we were building at the end of the war the NGOs. And Bosnia, in this case, doesn't want to be a victim. They had enough. They were the victim. And all these countries that they were already a victim of the war in Near East last 10, 20 years, they don't want it. Sorry. We were already the victim. You know our answer. We made our effort already in the past. Leave us alone. We are already tired of all the in our country. It's not having enough soldiers if we have so many people being in the war in previous period, of course. But as well, there will be a push up. Hello, Lynn. How are you? How are you, Lynn Marie? Welcome the question. You can pre-book your question, follow the instructions if you have some questions. We are going to finish our team now. So, guys, there will be pushed again from the alliance, literally. Ace of Wands, like, let's restart connection. Even if you're walking away from my cage of alliance, and even if you don't want to be a victim of the war because you were there in the war last 20 years, like, I want to walk away. I'm tired of this obligation, but I'm going to push you again. That's what is answered from this NATO alliance in this. Yes. But will they really say finally? At the moment, they're saying no, Bosnia. And that's what is on the map. It's shown neutral, literally shown neutral at the moment. Bosnia, Serbia, Switzerland, Finland, and Sweden. And they're pushing, guys. And so clear why. It's so clear to all the society planet that the country, after such a fresh war that was not happening in other area of Europe, except in this South Europe, of course they're tired and they don't have capacity. Not even if you have that curious people that they want to be in violence, there's not enough men for this. I mean, realistically, like, why are you going to send me guns? Because I have a bunch of grandmamas and youngsters, majority women. When you have always a country after the war, what is happening in any country on which territory passed the war? Not in the country that they are talking on the telephone and ordering the soldiers to go to another country. I'm talking where where is happening the battles. It's always what is the result. I'm talking now as a professor of the history. I am, and what is happening always result after the war that there is majority of women. So who is going to be a soldiers there? I mean, come on. Is it so amoral? Of course it's amoral. It's not moral, amoral. It's a word. It's a word. So what about the next one? I'm thinking on the map, one more we have. So we have a Serbia finally. The last one, Serbia. Will Switzerland be safe? Wow, the tar moment. Tar moment for Switzerland. When I said Switzerland, I got the tar moment. Lynn, what is the time there? What is your city? Let's see, Switzerland. Switzerland in this war. What is position of Switzerland? Leave me alone. I don't want to talk with you. You wanted to restart with me negotiation. No, I don't let you. I'm not part of this. Yes. Leave me alone. It's reverse ace of wands. I don't want even to talk about this. I'm not part of this. That is a Switzerland answer. Will Switzerland say no to NATO alliance and war against? Yes, they want to be there like a judgment. Here it is. Sorry, not like a judgment, like a judge. We do see they want to balance, like in all the wars before. Oh my, what a karma to be born in Switzerland. I hate cold and cold faces, but guys, I mean, historically they were always there at the peace, right? And here it is. But I have here postponing decision. Yes, postponing the contract. Somebody's pushing me, the beast is pushing me, as you see. The alliance is pushing me here. But I'm going to be neutral, so fuck off. That's what it is here. Fuck off, I'm saying no, and no to negotiation again. You put me on a crossroad, but I say no with the reverse ace of wands. Do not talk anymore to me because I was clear with my decision. So again, we know that the financial power of all the countries is eventually extracting their back all the money they're extracting and doing these deposits in Switzerland, and they know that their position is not neutral, that they are just in a position, even if you cut me, with what you are going to blackmail me, because all your cash is here in my safety box. So you cannot make me a sanction if I say no to you, like you done to Russia, right? That's correct. That's so simple. So let's do the last one. So we have Switzerland and Serbia. So Switzerland. Oh, I forgot to put. I forgot to put the time frame. 1 second. And then we have Serbia. Switzerland. Swiss. I put short Swiss. To be Switzerland. Yeah. Again, when I type Serbia, I just heard Novak Djokovic because he already started this push-up and witch hunt of Serbia started with the Novak Djokovic and Australia Tennis Open. Yes, that was totally organized from a alliance, from a NATO alliance. I do believe as well. Why? Very simple, because Novak Djokovic, the Serbian tennis player, he rejected UK British passport long time ago, 20 years ago, when we were children, when we were youngsters, and he got that offer as a young talent before even going to university. I do believe it was in his secondary school. He was offered and he was rejected in the worst period for Serbia. They were sanctioned for more than 10 years. He said, no, that is so cool. You cannot buy me. I love this period. Yes, I love this spirit force with this. You cannot buy me. That was his answer. And here it is. I do believe the Serbian answer started with that Australian open fuss against the human rights, what they done. He got the visa to enter Australia, then they were literally like a savages, putting him without the food in the immigration hotel. I'm really getting disturbed with this unhuman behavior of so-called civilized Commonwealth countries that are, if you know the word Commonwealth, these are the new neo-colonial alliance of the ex-colonies of the UK, or shortly, the ex-colonies of United Kingdom. So, what was happening and what will be now? That is my expo. On the start, I do believe that this fast started then. That was in January when he was on Australian Open Cup and he was cut it. He was left on the airport, tortured with two weeks court cases and rejected. Even if his papers were clear, in the first court, it was so stupid because the local judge, he said he's correct, his papers are correct, let him go. But then on the global court, Australian premier was pushing this story. On the next one, they said, no, you may go, you may leave. So, what about now about Serbia? So we return now, leave the Novak Djokovic, but that is really a fast. That is really one of the example. You don't want to be a part of UK. Here it is. Then we are going to punish you for the things where you everything is correct. For we are going to play you that to show you that we can show you the power even if you have a correct papers. That is totally against the human rights. So here it is. So there is a pushing for second. There is a pushing, but Serbia is taking her freedom. That's what it is. Bravo. All the history of the Serbian, ancient Serbia until the modern last century, everything is about the freedom and proud, and we cannot be bought. And here it is. And we are the first one that we are going to say no to the fascists and to the injustice in every war. And originally, like I say, my origin is from there, and literally, I am really proud to be a part of that family lineage from that side. As well, whoever is returning there, like every day they're coming there on the news. If you understand that local language, I mean, even on English, you are getting the news. They're sending there in these countries, they're sending in these neutral countries and in Serbia, because we are talking now opening for Serbia, they're sending, literally returning. Look at the offers. But here it is. I don't want to have obligation with you. And even if you're giving me the offer, it's too late. What you're giving me the offer, you didn't give me the entry for Europe for last 20 or more years. I believe it's more. And why you're offering me now? What is this return of the? This is not a victory. Now I want to be free because I don't want to have a mess with the Russia. Yes, no obligation for me. I'm just fine alone. Nine of Pentacles. I'm just fine wherever I am. And whatever you're offering is like, okay, this is the second time you're coming. Somebody's going to hit two times returning. But here it is. I don't want you here. You already, your trend is gone because we wanted to be so many years a part of Europe, but we are not now. This train is gone. Will Serbia be declare the war to Russia? Will Serbia declare the war to Russia? No. Answer is King of Swords. No. No, thanks God. But we do this with the Orthodox side, guys. Greek, Yugoslavian Orthodox side, and it's confirmed. Yes, but again, they're the victims. There's always a punishment. Whoever is on the side of the beast and whoever is on the opposite side, the beast and the devil will punish you. So let's just confirm, like I'm starting to repeat all this week, that my grandfathers, they were a part of the famous family, in ex-Yugoslavia, in Serbia, when they started the war, but they were not involved in the. They were just a citizen. They were from the famous family. They passed the First World War, all the fronts, and they helped the Western Front and the South Front, and they were the generals in the First World War, and they were the famous person of politics later on during the peace in between two wars. And here it is, what happening during the Second World War. They're back at home, right? They're not having anything to do with the partisan or with the fascists, because there could be only these two streams, right? And what they're doing, they're literally, because it's a famous family, they were doing the punishment, the beast, the devil, the fascists, they would do literally the punishment, and they would take off the most famous, from the most famous prestige elite family, they would take off the man. So they took off the two brothers, my grandfather and his brother, and they finish in Germany, even if they were not Jew. I had to repeat this because all the people, foreigners, they would ask me, "Are you Jew?" No, I'm not Jew. So it's it's that thing. So yes, as well, during the Second World War, there was a war in. There was during the Second World War there was a camp, concentration camp, only concentration camp with children as well, where there were children not just Jew, there were the Gypsy, and there were as well all the rest of people not who were not at that period the Croatians. So the Bosnians, the Serbs, the Orthodox, the Muslim, the the Gypsies, they would take just the children and they would put them in the gas chamber. This is the only in the world, only children concentration camp with the gas chamber. So there is a documentaries, you can see it. The fascists, as usual, they continue recording or the torturing. What is the connected to all the fascists? What they're doing now, they're coming from the behind the scene for in America from the podcast of some um, intellectual, real journalists that they don't sell the fake infos. There is coming the news of the recordings of the fascists in Ukraine that they are torturing prisoners, killing them, castrating, leaving them to bleed. Right? I'm not going to talk about this, please. Please, I'm not going to talk, sorry, YouTube, but this is what is happening. And we cannot see these things here, right? It's correct. But I'm just going to repeat. Who is recording the torturing, the beast and the devil, and who is the devil? These neo-fascists, like they were doing in the Second Early World War, that was my parallel. So there is a documentary about torturing where in the concentration camps where there were my grandfather killed and his brother, and they were not the Jewish. It's a recording of the torturing in experiment with the children, where there were the concentration camp as well in the fascist area in Croatia. That was only in the world children concentration camp, and they were recording this torturing as well. It's a long one. You can see it. It's officially blessed with the priest as well, the Catholic priest. I must say now, even if it's Easter. Yes, it's sealed with the beast. Remember this. And what is now the recording of torturing the Russian prisoners there and Russian citizens of Ukraine last 8 years crucified on the cross? What is this? So I'm going to close it with this because think about then who could be then, who is the right, who is not right, who is on the side of the devil, because the war, there is no right side in the war, but I'm just going giving you straight from my family experience and from the people who are recording this side. The videos that we saw from the torturing of neo-Nazis now that happened in Ukraine against the Geneva Convention for Protection of Human Rights when you're a prisoner of the war, we saw it in America on the podcast. Just check on www.odyssey, O-D-Y-S-E-E, it's double E, dot com. and check up the Ukraine, break the Geneva Convention, the war, vicious torturing, something like that. You are going to see. It's a long one. And then that came to the American podcast journalist, and then I sent it to the east side, and they confirmed, yes, it's true. And these people who were castrated live, they were dead because they were bleeding. Of course, they were just left down on the floor, and that's what happened. So think who can be the beast in this situation, and who is evil and who is satanistic, and who is calling them. Pardon, guys, I'm upset. So I'm going to stop here, guys. I'm literally upset. I hope, guys, we can all stop. There is a power of the citizens of the planet. We can have a power to say no to the war, and no to the war, and no to any kind of fake news. Here it is, guys. Let's close it. I'm going to hashtag stop war. Say no to war. Kisses to all, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to share with your family, with your friends, share with your communities, with your social network. It's important to be aware that we're the power and then we can say no to the war, all of us. Kisses to all, global love, peace and love, and pray at this moment not to be torturing and the war to stop, and wherever the people are suffering and they are tortured, not to feel that pain at all. Amen. Be safe.